Mandalorian season finale promised to be an epic clash. Instead, all we got was a rotten cherry on top of this pile of trash. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're new, hey, grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Then go next door, ring that bell, make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button, and before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all the socials. Okay, episode 8, season 3, The Return. The season has finally come to an end, thank the maker. And what happened? This once unifying series for the Star Wars fandom that had in its first season an audience approval rating of 92%, a season 2 approval rating of 91%, to drop all the way down to 50% according to Rotten Tomatoes. Well, I got a few answers for that. Kathleen Kennedy, in the 2-year break between seasons, decided to not renew Gina Carano's contract, which threw a major wrench into the plans that Jon Favreau had for this expanded universe he was trying to build. She promoted her apprentice, Dave Filoni, to executive creative director, making him Jon Favreau's boss. And while Jon and Dave were working on Ahsoka, Kathleen Kennedy got involved with the making of the book of Boba Fett, in which she further screwed up his Jon Favreau's plans by reuniting Grogu and Din Djarin. And I'm not going to give a synopsis for this episode because, frankly, it makes my brain hurt, and I'm out of booze to numb the pain. So I'm just going to go over whatever I could find that I could like, and then we're going to go over all the stuff that I dislike of this and explain why this season just sucked. Okay, so things I liked. Lateef Crowder. I know who. You probably don't know who he is because you never see his face, but he is more Din Djarin than Pedro Pascal is for this season. He was the guy inside the Mando suit, while Din Djarin just literally phoned it in. And so kudos for actually putting Lateef Crowder in the end credits. Okay. I am glad that the Mandalorians found a solution for that fuel problem for their jetpacks. I'm joking. That was one of the stupidest things in this episode. And this is just one of the things that I disliked. So let's continue. The Force all of a sudden can be turned on or off whenever the plot needs it to, because in the previous episode, when Grogu was seeing his dad getting wrapped up and being captured, the kid who could lift a mud horn, could do a force choke, could use the Force to create a wall to repel fire, who could throw stormtroopers around like they're nothing, at that moment can't use the Force. But then in this episode, he's moving people around, doing Force pushes and Force pulls and knocking people down because the plot required it. Dumb. I also did not like Darth Gideon. I know his name's Moff Gideon, but he's Darth Gideon. That's what he was trying to be. The helmet and the little modulation on his voice. But the problem is this guy suffers from Kylo Ren syndrome. He was beaten in the season 1 finale. He was beaten in the season 2 finale. And he's beaten in the season 3 finale rather easily. If you're trying to make this villain this imposing figure that it makes a credible threat, he can't lose every single time. He's not a credible threat then. This is just, again, Kylo Ren's syndrome, and we all know how well that went, don't we? I did not like Din Grogu. So we go from the child, and then we had to remarket all this stuff and make new boxes and new printing because you had to buy Grogu now. So now we're going to have to do all that again and just revamp the marketing campaign for now. Din Grogu. Because you got to have all three. You got to have the complete set, right? Stupid. And this is, again, they did this to a character that served nothing for this entire series and shouldn't have even really been in this season. Should have stayed with Luke Skywalker. Finally, my biggest grievance of all, IG-11. Because he's now the new Marshal of Navarro. Because Cara Dune, after being promoted to Special Forces and escorting Moff Gideon to trial, was killed off screen. KK's continued attempts to humiliate Gina Carano, now through her apprentice, Dave Filoni, nothing short of disgraceful. And really, I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on, but really there's no point. This season was crap, was no good, and this is just indicative of now what Star Wars is going to be under Kathleen Kennedy and Dave Filoni. And this is just the final nail in the coffin of a season of a series that used to unify the fandom. Now it's dividing it. Good job, Kathleen. And I said before, in the current iteration of Star Wars, we all know we know where it's going. There's no point, really, because Star Wars, as of now, is a dead brand. This episode gets a 1.5 out of 5. This is just awful. And what's coming next for Lucasfilm is the Ahsoka series. I don't know if I'm going to review it or not. I don't know. If you guys don't want me to, so you don't have to, please let me know down in the comments. But until that time, check me out tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over on Legion Talk for Friday Night's Royal Rumble. We'll be discussing the week in pop culture. And then I will be going over to Potato Revan as well. And we will be discussing the future of the DCU under now CEO James Gunn. So it should be a lot of fun. Thank you for stopping by, folks. Again, I appreciate every time you stop by. But before you head out, remember, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. And I will see you very soon tonight. Have a great weekend. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles!